Hello and welcome to Onyx PathCon Curseborne, the Curseborne actual play. I am the awkward GM Corbin. My pronouns are he, him, and you can find me on YouTube at awkward GM Corbin. Today we will be going through the Lost Con adventure or chronicle or whatever you'd like to call it at this point. And I will pass it over to someone else to introduce themselves. Ryan.
Yeah, I'm Ryan, Comrade Bubbles. My pronouns are they, any. I occasionally do stuff on the Onyx Path Twitch channel. I'm on hiatus from that. I'm a writer for Onyx Path on a freelance basis, and I have a whole bunch of community content, all of which, as far as I'm aware, is included in the OpCon sale over at Drive-Thru RPG. And I am playing Tobias Beck, who is a book thief.
Awesome. And I will pass it over counterclockwise to Bliss.
Hello, I am Bliss Steele, she, her. I am playing Kala today, also she, her. She is a curious podcaster sphinx. And I am a streamer of spicy streams of video games. If you are over the age of 18, you can find me at blisssteele.com for all of my links and stuff. And as far as Onyx Path, I do sometimes play some games, and I have written a couple of little things for the Odysseys and Overlords thing, which you can check out at Drive-Thru RPG. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Minty.
Hi everyone, I'm Minty Bo, and I have the sublime pleasure of playing Vane Garibaldi, a completely normal and perpetually exhausted urban gardener who just really hates urbanity with a passion.
Awesome. And then last but not least, my ever favorite player, Josie.
Hi, my name is Josie, pronouns they, them. I don't really do any writing, but you can see me every now and then here on the Onyx Path channel for a piece. I am also a voice actor. Second season of what I'm working on is coming out in batches every week. And that's about it. And I'm going to play Ash, a grocery store worker who is fed up with it all and really, really, really likes to gouge people's eyes out. Just mentioning.
Awesome. And as we start the game, could each of you roll me a initiative check to see where we are going to start first? That is going to be, I believe, the higher of either empathy and dexterity or cunning plus athletics. I need to bring up my my other stuff here because I always forget to have my quick reference sheets handy for the mechanics of this. SPU, quick reference. And for all rolls using Curseborne, I'll remind the players that we should use with the dice bot that I helped create. I created all of it, but in any case, uh, make sure that every time you do a command with a dice pool that you put a C and then a number at the end, and that'll be your number of curse die that are in the roll. And if there's a difficulty on the roll, you can a difficulty number of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever, you can set that as well with DF.
Okay, so for initiative rolls,
It's just there's no difficulty for initiative, but yeah, it's the higher of athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity. And we shall begin.
3 hits.
uh
Awesome. So we have 4, 3, or sorry,
hold
3.
on.
Sorry, that first one with the 4 was me testing it earlier. I should have.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes.
Huzzah.
and for Ryan, for the number, you don't need a pound sign in front of it, or a hashtag sign, or number sign, or whatever those lines are. Okay. Seems like we will be starting with Josie. So it is the dark and stormy night of a weekend in June, as the families of Boston had long since been looking into a sort of odd liminality, a location haunted or otherwise connected to the outside, the world of angels, demons, genies, and various other creatures that may or may not have names in our world. This location, known as the Lost Convention in urban legend circles, is a convention that appears at an abandoned convention center in Boston, towards the back bay area. No one knows really what happened to this convention center. It just sort of fell out of disuse. People never really went to it again. But over the last few years, a convention has been running there every year in June for the same 3 days. It is when your families decided to jointly look into this liminality that they sent 4 individuals on Friday to check it out. Tom, Dick, Harriet, and Bianca. They have not returned. It has been a day. The convention is ending on Sunday. It is Saturday. And all 4 of you have arrived, or are arriving, in front of the convention center. Josie, would you please introduce your character?
Ash is a dead, basically a ghost haunting their own body. Used to work at a grocery store where they got battered so hard that the whole change happens, and then they battered back. Ever since, they've kind of been on the run. But she's also a banshee, and really likes to causing anger in people, because that's what she feeds off.
Awesome. How would you arrive to this convention? Public transport, motorcycle, car?
A small car. I think public transports would be a bit too conspicuous for me, considering I am very, very slightly starting to decay.
Awesome. You can pass it to the next person who arrives in the scene. You can choose anyone you want.
Ryan?
Well, that works out really well. Because Tobias, as much as I look like a kind of just normal, everyday kind of person, clearly work out just from the way I move, but like gymnastics and that kind of thing rather than weightlifting. Those of you who know me know that I am always so very hungry, and I feed on emotion rather than blood, as is traditional with many of the hungry.
And how do you arrive on the scene?
I would probably cycle.
Bicycle?
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Messenger bag, like kind of strapped as tight as I can. The clips for trousers don't get caught in the chain. I'm doing it, I don't need it personally, but it's keeping up appearances. And in my line of work, the less attention you draw to yourself, the better.
Okay, and you can pass it to either Bliss or Minty.
Oh, we'll hear from Vane.
Vane will arrive via walking, since they despise being this far into the city without as much greenery around them. The audience will see a average height but athletic built masculine individual, farmer's tan, sunglasses on, and just hiding a disdain for anything of brick, stone, metal, glass, anything here that is beyond refinement. And they always move strange, as if there's something somewhere that they have to maneuver around at all times.
And you arrive by what form of transportation?
They're probably exhausted because they're walking, because the moment they learned they had to go into the city, they said, I'm at the very least going to use my own 2 feet as we were intended to, rather than just these fucking metal death traps. Even the bicycles they rock up gets like a side eye.
And last but not least, Liz.
Yes. Kala is a podcaster. The theme is urban legends and, the occult, spooky things that can't be explained. Always looking for new content to put in the next episode. I've got a collaborator who's not with me at the moment. So I'm just here to scope the place out, see if I can find people to interview, anything weird going on that I can snag for content. So I've got like my recorder out, ready to go.
And how?
And
Yeah.
I'm a sphinx, so I'm a kitty person.
Nice. And how are you arriving on the scene?
Probably gonna drive. Yeah, I'm one of those.
Yeah, driving
We've
in
got
the
a
city is
car. Yep.
terrible. No wonder you were one of the last people to arrive.
Yep. I
But
looked for parking for about half an hour.
totally.
Average convention.
Yep.
I once parked in Boston on State Street to go to the BCEC, which is the complete other side of Boston. So I think I walked about a half an hour to get to the convention, which I should not have done.
Jeez.
I was an idiot. I was young and reckless. At the convention, outside, giant building with some glass doors out front with metal detectors and things of that nature going on. You can see a few people milling about. It's not a popular convention by any mean. It means it's not even really advertised, but it's kind of surprising that so many people have sort of shown up to such a small convention. Quick question. Anyone have a gun or weapon of any kind? Not in real life, I mean in game.
I do not.
Okay. No one else?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
I might have a Swiss Army
Okay.
knife set, but
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give to, yeah, it's fine. No repairing things, I cry.
Okay. So how do you all wish to proceed? Go through the front door, find alternate exit. It's all up to you at this point.
I mean, assuming that we've all congregated together, I assume we all know each other in advance.
Yes, you would all have worked on this before. If you'd like to establish some sort of bonds with each other, we could do that for a quick moment. It seems like at least 3 of you have worked together previously.
Oh, there's the obvious connection that both Ash and Tobias can feed on anger. So
Oh, awesome.
we've probably helped each other feed in the past. Seems reasonable to say.
Yeah. All the people who are missing are from your individual families, so you're all sort of called in as the rescue team, as it were.
I imagine Vane's just kind of looking at the group and then looking at the building Not disdain to the group, total disdain to the building. Why? Why can it not be anywhere nice for once? Just somewhere nice. How are we getting in?
Well, I mean, Kala, you are like cat person, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could probably get like, I don't know, a cosplay discount for you.
Mm-hmm.
If like look, cosplays have gotten very convincing at this stage, you know, like it's
As a, it's more of a werecat situation, though parts. I think there is an ability that some primal have where they can change parts of their bodies.
I don't think I have that at the moment.
okay.
Oh, important question, Corbin.
Yeah.
Is this the first time in a scene the entire crew has come together to solve a problem or deal with a situation?
Yes.
Excellent.
Extra momentum or
First die.
curse die. Everyone gets one curse die.
Which is important because
Yippee.
one of my spells requires me to hold 2 curse dice.
Yes.
Same.
In which case, is there an open window or anything I can see?
There are open doors in the front. If you want to look for more specifically something that isn't as well guarded or something like that, I would say roll me a cunning plus survival check or cunning plus larceny, whichever you can justify better in that regard.
I mean, larceny is higher for me, so I would like to take larceny. If you like,
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
looking at it as a thief breaking into a building kind of
Oh yeah.
situation. Oops, forgot the number.
Yep.
Turns out, do need the hash.
Do. No, so I think you have to click it maybe because it / commands are weird with Discord now because you have to. If I do SPU quick, it has to go like roll and then like
It's not even
6
bringing
zero.
up the thing for me to choose the SPU. 1 second. There we go.
Oh man, I should have used that roll. So what I did was I typed just SPU quick and then it showed up. Yeah. Okay, you got it. I wish I could have given you that roll I just rolled of 10 10 8 10 8
Yeah,
8.
that's a good
I
roll.
will,
I'll take
I
take the
will-
2 hits though.
Yeah, 2 hits. You can immediately notice that it seems as though someone has set up someone's outside on a side door smoking. Seems like someone who's in like someone who's in like LARPing gear for a medieval fantasy LARP, and they're just sort of like smoking with the door open. And you watch as they kick a brick into the side entrance so that it doesn't close fully, and they walk back in, but there is a side entrance.
So we can try the front to the rest of the accursed. We can try the front door, and I just gesture to the side entrance.
Let's go in the side. Why not? People are gonna recognize me, probably, maybe. I have the fame edge. So maybe we don't want to be such a spectacle by coming through the front door.
That we don't know if they're watching for people like us.
Yeah.
I should have stayed home and tended to the tomato plants.
So everyone, yep.
Sorry, as Vane says that, I'm going to activate my Embrace by Darkness spell and just fade from view.
This is what I'm talking about. And they just like so done with it already, going towards the side entrance.
Okay, bye, I guess. Shush.
So everyone walks through the side entrance. And as you enter, you are sort of in this hallway, as it were, that is like sort of like behind the scenes where maybe maintenance workers, janitors go through. There are a few doors down the way. Walking up to them, opening them up, you end up on sort of like the standard carpeted convention floor with uh weird hotel-like walls that it's supposed to look a little bit ostentatious, but is like you look at it close enough and it's like, oh yeah, this is just like wallpaper and some like wood that's not even like hammered in properly or done properly. It's like an adhesive piece of wood that is just sort of stuck there to make it look pretty. And there are some people walking around. You can see that there are attendees who are dressed up in cosplay or sort of wearing like your standard nerdy shirts and jeans and things of that nature. But then you have the people who are running the con, and they're all sort of like standing around, moving their heads twitchily, looking around. Some of them have very wide grins that seem to stretch a little bit too far to fit reality, but they're all wearing purple polos and khakis, each of them looking a bit different from one another, but all with that same awkward posturing and movements.
From seemingly nowhere, because again, I'm invisible to the naked eye. How do you think Vane would take it if we suggested disguises?
Do you ask them like out of nowhere with no warning, like, hey, what if we get disguises?
Yeah, but like quietly.
Even if it's quiet, they take a moment to not jump out their skin. I'm gonna put a bell on. I'm going to put a bell on you. All right. Just what do you think we should disguise as?
Well, everyone seems to be wearing purple and khakis.
Can you just conjure up polos and khakis? Like, is that a special thing you can do? Specifically polos and khakis?
No, we'd have to take them.
Oh.
They probably have like what, like an employee locker room or somewhere where they keep them for volunteers or some shit. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people get shit spilled on their clothes all the time? So, let me see here. I might have something here. No, I don't actually. Never mind. I misread my dots. Apologies. But Vane is going to try and see where are the people, like these volunteers, congregating from. Like, are they all coming from a door onto the floor and returning to it, or is it just way too scattered to tell?
Difficulty 2, complication of 1. The complication being that they might take notice of you. I would say cunning plus larceny again, or survival or culture, maybe.
I have survival. We do
If you
have
have
that.
If you have a better idea of that, like enigmas might work too, or intellect instead of cunning, you can feel free to argue with me on any of that.
I think cunning would work better since this is more of applied mental acuity rather than just strict facts and knowledge. So I can roll with this. This is fine. Listen, this is great. This is fine. So I need minimum of 2 and then complication. Don't mind me, I just gotta remember how to do that again. All right. So it's not enough to buy off the complication, tragically.
There's
Or you could fail. and bite off the complication.
Yeah, we'll have to fail and buy off being noticed because
Yeah.
something tells me busting stealth within the first roll of the game would be, as the kids say, not good.
The lead that I'll give you is that the the con staffers have been using those sort of side hallways that you came from. So like they're these hallways on the outside or through various points that are sort of like I would compare them to if you ever worked at a mall. Like the back of a store has a door that goes to sort of like a storage closet, and then behind there is like a corridor that connects all the stores together. So it's sort of like that. So they're coming from somewhere in that labyrinth of corridors, but you can't really figure out where.
Well, the bad news is I barely know shit. But good news is there's probably some kind of like emergency exit hallway shit behind those doors. So we narrowed it down for the entire center to a third of the center.
And I will state that there are tables and things out in the hallway. You can see that there are a variety of rooms that lead to like the dealer's room for buying stuff from people's shops and things like that. You have like a free playroom. And then, of course, there are more specialized rooms for like private demos of various games, as well as not too close by is you can see where the entrance is. And there are con staffers who are sort of handing out maps with like scheduling and stuff like that.
Is anyone that we can see? I mean, obviously we're in the kind of the back rooms right now.
Yeah.
Are there anyone? Is anyone wearing a badge or a pass or something that marks them out, or are they all just wearing this uniform?
All of the con goers have passes that like lanyards with a little thing on, and all the con staffers do too. The staffers have like a red card, whereas con goers have a green card.
I'll point this out. Might be easier than the clothes.
Could just go up to somebody and ask, you know, hey, I forgot my uniform, LOL. Can I go get another one from the locker room or whatever? I'm really new at this job. Hopefully you don't recognize me.
Are you going to do that?
I think I will because I'm pretty decent at social stuff.
Okay. So roll me a presence plus persuasion or cunning plus persuasion. Whatever you think would work better. Or manipulation. Manipulation maybe might be the one, I think.
Yeah, they're the same. So let's say it's manipulation because that's
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Not manipulation, it's social engineering.
Yeah.
Favorite social engineering trick I learned was Pirate Software doing the Jedi mind trick to get into the back of a concert or something like that with a bunch of people, and the person said, do you have are you supposed to be coming through this store? We need to see your badge." He's like, "We're supposed to come through this store. You don't need our badges." And they were just like so thrown off. He and like 10 people went through the door. Okay, so we got 4 hits.
Yep.
Okay, so with the 4 hits, you go up to a con staffer and they're like, "Oh, yes, of course. We're always you're out of uniform. That makes sense. You can go to the break room, through that door, a left, another left, and you'll be there.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like such an idiot. I feel like I do this all the time. I'm so excited to be here and work here.
Yes,
So,
it is so exciting to be here.
yeah.
Feel free to try out our live dungeon experience for LARPers and people who enjoy things like LARPing but don't like to call it LARPing, like escape rooms.
Okay, so here's the thing, Corbin. I have quick read. I can ask a question about a character, about small mundane details I would notice, and you have to answer honestly. The
Yes.
first time I encounter that story guy character in a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go back to the group and be like, that guy talked weird. And yeah. Go check him out
Does
if you want to.
does that character look in there like? Do they look like they're completely with it?
No, they did not blink once. Ever.
Cool.
They
Cool.
are like definitely either under the thrall of something or not human.
I would relay that.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, just to check for my own kind, is he breathing?
Every once in a while breathing.
When he remembers.
Yes.
Like me.
Manuel Samuel is the name.
Oh, now I have to manual breathe. No.
Ah,
Well, regardless, we know where to go. I wonder if this is the only guy that's like this or if this is a thing.
Yes, if they are all like this, getting around might be easier than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
But blending in is never a bad thing. Saves
Indeed.
the air from somewhere nearby.
they just trying not to jump out of their skin again.
Mhm.
Every time, it doesn't matter how often, it's just like every time there's like a twitch. I'm gonna find flour, and I'm going to make this very easy for myself if I have to. Also, do we want to trust those directions if we're what's the word? Not sure if the guy's inside this all.
Eh. I mean, he seemed to trust me. So I doubt he'd lie.
I'm not saying he's lying, I'm just saying I don't trust what they know. So I would just want to be what's the word? Right. Ready for something to explode. Or shred. Or bite. Or stab. If it's tangling, I think I can work with that. And they just waits for the group because they're not always going to march off in a huff. Dynamics.
All right.
Well, we can always just follow the instructions, but not blindly trust them. It's some information.
Yeah. We've got our eye out now for anything that looks off within the same vein of what just appeared off. So
And if we
we're
were
not
to
going in
encounter,
blind.
if we would encounter something that does not want to be encountered, well, I mean, that could happen.
All right.
And I can always go ahead of you. It's not like anyone can see me right now.
Yes.
This ethereal voice coming from the ether.
It's every time. Just
That one
a
was just like a
twitch.
really quiet whisper from behind Vane's right shoulder.
No, the arm twitches as if they're about to throw a punch from that one. They are not happy.
It's not fair that I have to leave a body behind in order to go somewhat invisible. Ah.
I enjoy the frisson of fear that happens every time as well.
Thank you.
It's like a snack.
Thank you for the
I'm-
raid, Onyx Path.
Whee!
Woo. It's just the very, I imagine as the group is going along, just the very frustrated below the tone voice. I am not your personal tiki bar.
Oh, darling.
Yes, you are.
So
Well,
who
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, so who's going to investigate the break room where the con staffers are congregating?
Me.
I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, I can go first as well. If we've worked together, I assume we have this kind of down at this point. I'm happy to scout ahead.
Yeah, and if we need to do talking, I just looked over my character sheet and I am apparently very good at talking.
Oh,
Vane's
everyone.
just Vane's just bringing up the rear guard, both for anyone trying to follow, and also if emergency happens, they can do the whole field medic thing.
Okay.
They just gotta steal some stuff first. It's fine. We'll get to it.
Okay. Following the path down the hallways in the back rooms, you manage to get to the doors of what appear to be the break room. Who's going in first?
I would, unless anyone particularly wants to go ahead of me.
Okay. All right. The opening up the door and peering through, you see what would surely be a normal break room in any manner of what the word would be used for. You see a couch, you see a water cooler, you see a table and some chairs around. You also see some lockers on the opposite side of the wall. However, what you were not expecting in the middle of the room are four people in polos with sort of surgical masks standing over what appears to be someone dressed up in, we'll say, like a Sherlock Holmes cosplay, on strapped to a dentist chair with this weird biomechanical claw dripping down from the ceiling as it is as there are like buzz saws and blades coming out from either end of it, with this large red eye in the middle looking down at this person as it is going for their skull.
I
Oh.
I look at where Tobias is supposed to be because he's still invisible, right?
Yeah. I'll smartphone out, take a picture, close the door quietly, and then just show the picture on the smartphone. And I'll, for now, because I can do it at will, I'll step out of the spell.
That's weird.
It's certainly not what I was expecting, but and then I imagine the figure on the table is giving off no small amount of fear.
Yeah, there's coming from the other side of the door at this moment.
So like my nostrils just flare, my pupils dilate. I'm clearly like experiencing a euphoric rush right now.
I punch you in the ribs. Not the moment.
No, thank you.
Hey, Corbin,
Yeah.
would you say that this counts as quote excessive urbanity or technology?
Uh, it would be advanced technology. Yeah, I say it could count as that.
Great.
Is that the torment question?
That's the torment question. I apologize. Hi everyone. We have a torment with the trigger of seeing excessive technology or urbanity. I do apologize. It's going to be annoying in this day and age. Don't mind me. You just see Vane just like the moment it's like all that twitching just, and they are having to look as if they're actively restraining themselves from reaching for the door. Oh, and I knew this was getting bad. I knew this was getting bad. I knew this was going to be fucking terrible. Oh, Hi. Listen, I don't ask this often. Can I kill them?
I don't
Not
care.
kill that.
Sorry about that. I had to kill something.
On brand.
Same, apparently, yeah.
So you're going. Your people are holding you back at the moment.
I don't know. They are. Vane looks like they are fighting themselves to like go in and just like do something, but
Vane, are you angry?
this is torment level rage of trying to resist destroying the artificial.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you by your shoulder, trying to calm you down, but I'm enjoying this.
Did we see a face? Is that one of our people? Tell me it's not one of our people. Y'all had better
It was
tell
definitely
me.
definitely not.
However, thinking aloud here, and like I'm the head rush now that you're this angry as well is definitely influencing me. We only need one of them alive, and we could learn things.
I also would not mind a backup body to infiltrate.
Yeah,
Hashtag just
do what you
Curseborne
gotta
things.
What'd you say twice?
Just hashtag just Curseborne things.
Yeah.
One. You get this one free. If I see it again, I'm nuking this place. I don't know how. I don't know why. I'm nuking it.
I have a torment question actually.
Yes.
Would this count as encountering an interesting item? Because when I wrote that, it was like to steal. But considering all of the emotional stuff that's happening right now,
Yeah, it's
is overwhelming me.
interesting. Good.
So as I,
Yeah.
as I say that we only need one live, and Ash says it could do a spare body to infiltrate, I just fade from view again, and then the door opens ever so slowly.
What the?
Are we doing this? And there's just this like ragged, hungry note to my voice.
Keep one alive, correct?
Yes.
Fine. And I take out my Swish army knife with like the tiniest, tiniest blades on it. Like, eh.
We just
Anyone who is giving into torment, you get one curse die.
Yep.
oh yeah.
Torment, black and white thinking, no nuance. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, whole bunch of accursed at 3 of 5 curse dice. Nothing could possibly go wrong here.
Everything's fine.
And because we already rolled for an initiative. No, we probably have to roll for initiative again because the guys in there are gonna roll for initiative as soon as you go through the door. So we'll do that. Oh, I don't have a GM roller in here. That's fine. I have GM rollers everywhere.
Too many.
I told you how many people have the dice bot on their server. A lot of those are me. No.
Success for my initiative.
So 1 hit for initiative, 3 hits from Minty. Dexterity plus empathy or cunning plus athletics.
All right, ignore my last roll. Got to add the curse dice.
Okay, so I don't think you really need the curse die for initiative. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So it is Minty first. It is Vane up.
So when we enter, how much of this operation, like, are they still like just about to start in this dramatic entry, or is it, oh, they're like the blood is on the outside now?
There is a nice window into the back of this person's skull, into their brain, that's showing right now. They're still
Oh.
alive.
Is that a good thing at the moment? Vane is going to target. Crap, I gotta find this power.
4 people in polos around the table and 1 giant claw biomechanical abomination at this point.
Do I see a power box or anything related to power in this room?
There are light switches, there's a TV, and a fridge.
Do I have the might to do that? I could have the might to do that. And just this so tired person trying to Hulk out, but can't. They're going to grab the nearest object, which I think in this case might be that fridge, and attempt to throw it at that group to split them up, maybe even take someone out if they can.
Okay. Roll for it.
We'll
What type
use
of fridge are we like speaking
like
about?
I'm imagining it's like a little mini fridge from the
Yeah, it's a-
description, like the size
yeah.
of a PC.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's a
thought it was
mini
like an
fridge.
It would have been funny, like American style fridge with like
Oh, God,
ice
no.
cube
2
machine and
doors.
Oh, no.
everything. Yeesh.
Oh god, no. I don't have the dots for that.
Ice cube spilling out.
All right, so would might with athletics be a good roll for this one?
Yeah, we'll give it athletics for the moment. I think it's usually might plus range combat or something. But I'll let you have it.
Yes, because they angy at the moment. And then let me add the curse dice, because this is gonna be fun with 3 of them. It's not bad.
Not bad. So you're going to be able to hit one. You're gonna not be able to buy the shockwave stunt to hit multiple, but you're going to manage to push one out from the center. And not just that, but the fridge falls on top of them and they are knocked out completely.
You could say he's out cold.
So
Tara-
the door is right there.
Oh no, our viewership went down to 0 from that pun.
Why do I have a cease and desist letter from Twitch?
Why is it that Rich emailed me saying I can never actual play here again? Who would you like to pass the initiative to, Vane?
Vane will pass it to. We'll pass it to Tobias, since I'm imagining they're about to do some super scary invisible shit.
Yeah, I certainly have an idea. I'd like to. So it's an action to do this, but it's the Home Wrecker spell, which allows me to lower bond rating. Well, I can lower or raise bond ratings and change negative attitudes to positive, or vice versa. But specifically, I'd like to just, with all of that fear and anger that I'm, fear from the poor con goer who I'm just ignoring at this point, and anger from Vane. I'd like to just unleash that at one of the, I'm going to say cultists, one of the volunteers. Let's say volunteers, to try and just make them terrified and angry with the volunteer next to them. If I may do that.
You may. And
Fantastic.
I do believe that doesn't have a dice roll, so it just happens, and one of the con staffers looks to the other and it's like, why didn't you give me a birthday present? And then proceeds to go like Frankenstein strangle, but it is not their turn yet. Whose turn would you like to pass it to?
Josie and Bliss, what are you feeling? Because we could avoid the double GMPC turn. SGC turn, sorry.
Yeah, if we pass it to either the cultists or the thing on the ceiling, it doesn't
I
get an
don't
extra
like that
action.
thing on the ceiling has a turn.
Could pass it to one of you to deal with the thing on the ceiling first, I guess, maybe?
I mean, I don't know exactly how it works because I don't have the Ashcan actually. So I was kind of scrambling when making this. What does Berserker's Focus do again? Because this could come in handy.
Berserker's Focus.
It's something
I-
with taking damage and being able to.
Apply the bonus dice you get at each injury level as hits that apply before the roll. For the
Yeah,
sole
Oh yeah,
purpose of overcoming
automatic
the-
hits. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I used that the last time to do things. So I could be sent in as like kind of like to soak some damage and then be able to like dish it out again. If
Would
they
you
want
like the-
something to focus on so that they don't focus on you.
Would you like the focus then? The spotlight?
Yep.
Okay. Pass it to Ash.
I am going to yeet myself forward, running, and how many volunteers are not affected yet? Like there's one
There
in
are
the
two-
mini fridge. There's two.
They're two fighting with each other, and then there's
Mhm.
one sort of standing to the side.
I'm going to take the one standing on the side, but make sure that I am also like in melee range of others if need be,
Yeah.
and just start punching the fucking guy.
Okay. Close combat. Plus might,
Okay.
and they have a defense of 1.
So how does that work with curse dice again? Sorry, it's been
So-
a long time since I played.
So you add a curse die. You should either have 2 or 3. I think you might just have 2 at the moment.
I have 3.
You have 3. So you'd put C3 in the dice spot, and when it rolls, and also put DF1. So when you make your roll, it will decide whether or not that's a critical success or a critical failure. I'm
Okay,
using
so-
those terms, but it's like wicked
Yeah.
success, cruel failure. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 6 dice to roll, so I roll 3 regular, 3 curse, and DF1.
If you have 6 dice, you just put 6 dice in and then C3, and it will convert the 6 dice into the
And DF1.
Yeah, DF1.
I hope this is gonna work. It did it! Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
Ugh.
did it. You got 2 hits though. How would you like to do this as you punch this guy's knock this guy's lights out?
I'm going to grab him by the polo, and just like me in real life, I'm wearing some rings and just right straight to the temple. Just
Yeah, and he just collapses into a puddle. The back of his skull pops a little as he hits the ground. Who do you want to pass the initiative to? You have Kayla, or the thing on the ceiling, or the 2 guys fighting.
shit, I forgot to do Berserker's Focus. Oh, it's fine.
It only happens if you get injured, so you're fine.
Okay,
for
so
the
I can then trigger that. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to turn Bliss, I can pass it to you. But it's your choice, Bliss.
Sure, I think I'm gonna make a swipe at that thing on the ceiling.
All right, okay, passing to you.
So I've got the Force of Nature spell, which means +1 enhancement to an unarmed attack. So I kind of just want to go at it like,
Yeah, go for it. Roll me. It would be close combat plus might, and it is defense 3.
Okay, so
So it'd be something like how many dice do you have?
in total for the roll,
Yeah.
8.
So it'd be 8 C 2 DF 3. Like that. Or sorry, DF 3. And I hope that helps. if that's what you were having issues on, I was sort of assuming, I guess.
Yeah.
There we go. You managed to get one hit.
What?
Sadly, it's not enough.
How?
Oh, wait a
How
minute.
rude. Oh wait, I
Force of
forgot
nature,
to
you get
use my
yeah, you get +1 enhancement and double 9s. Double checking that. You managed to actually hit with that.
Yeah, with my 1/9. Whoop,
With
whoop.
your 1/9. Luckily you popped that ability. So how does this look? Are you going into your primal form yet, or are you still in normal form?
I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
But I've got some really sharp acrylic nails on for this purpose. And so yeah, I'm going at it, like I'm jumping upon it and then just kind of like trying to find weak spots and rip them out. And
So slashing into the device, like you stand on the table and start slashing into it, and you smell this acidic blue, for lack of a better term, blood coming out of this device on its size as it starts to like spin a little bit on the table and go and hisses. Would you like to pass it to the cultists or the thing on the ceiling first?
the cultists, let's see what they do.
Okay. One of the cultists pulls out a gun, the one that that Tobias had affected earlier. And is like, this is for not coming to my birthday or giving me a gift, and immediately takes a shot at them. And little quick roll. Blows out the guy's head. And she looks to all of you with the gun and she says, "You all also didn't come to my birthday." But passes the initiative to the thing on the ceiling, who is being attacked by Bliss and is moving its buzzsaws away from the Sherlock cosplayer towards Kala. And roll me your stamina plus defense. So your defense starts at 1, and then you roll stamina to sort of resist the attack and add to your defenses. You don't need the C or anything. It's just a straight up roll.
So it's stamina and
It's just stamina.
oh, okay.
Just a single thing. Yeah.
Dang.
Uh-oh. Got water on my notes.
Not great.
No, not great. It is going to take it's going to start revving up its buzzsaws as it starts to slice into your shoulder.
Ow.
And you are going to take 2 points of damage from that, so 2 injuries. Which, if I'm correct, that will put you down to, that will fill up your bloodied
Yeah.
injuries. Once you reach bloodied, you get a +1 to your dice pool, I think. It is a vindictive creature. You've caused it to bleed. It's going to pass the initiative to itself because it's the top of the turn order, and it's going to do that again. See if it can go deeper into the shoulder blade. You can roll your stamina again, 2 dice. Oh, and you can see my die roll because I rolled it in the general chat. Okay. This is a little bit less destructive as it just causes, as it goes digging into your bone a little bit. You only take 1 damage from that.
Oof.
Question.
Yes.
Does the group give me permission to use a momentum?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like to activate Field Medic. When an ally has taken damage, you may spend 1 momentum to reflexively move. It says 1 range band. I leave that up to interpretation on the specific distance. But it also says once you are close enough to provide aid, you administer first aid in 1 round.
Okay. What was the ability called again?
Field Medic. It's part of the action edges.
Okay. Awesome.
So I don't know if that's like an automatic, oh, I patch up, or if that means I need to go ahead and make the medicine roll now or when. I leave that up to storyteller.
I think you can use the medicine roll right now. I'm just looking up the rules for that because I am a bad GM for medicine rolls. When using medicine to perform first aid, add for someone on the fly, add cunning plus your medicine. If you were to use the best, so cunning plus your medicine roll, I would say.
I imagine as this is happening, just hearing the saw and hearing blood spatter, it's an immediate shift, move, weird, crystally teleport, something that anyone looking may not be able to describe the same. Do I have any complications I need to buy off?
No complications. This is a pretty clean cut.
All right. And then curse die. This is going to be fine. It's not great, but it's a thing.
Okay.
So that for audience, that is only 1 success. So
Yep.
quick on the draw, but effectiveness might be a little lacking.
Yeah, you will clean 1 wound from that. 1 injury.
Yay.
However, it is still the thing on the ceiling's turn. It is going to pass it to the cultist with the gun.
Oh.
And I'm trying to think who's... So we've had Vayne through the fridge. Kayla attacked that. Ash is nearby.
Hi.
You didn't come to my birthday either, and takes a shot. You can roll me your stamina.
All right. That's not a lot. That's not what curse dice or does it have?
That you don't need curse die for it, I don't think. It's a little.
Meow meow meow, kill me now. Kill me again, I guess.
Kill you again. Okay, so it definitely got 3 hits on you. Looking at
Okay.
the range combat stuff, could pin down to apply you a complication. What about shockwave? Where's shockwave? I like having shockwave as a thing because it lets me do.
They got explosive rounds for their birthday.
No, they get trigger happy and take an extra shot. And it's going to so basically they hit Josie, they hit Ash, and a stray bullet is going to hit Tobias in stealth.
Lucky bastard.
Okay, so how much
That's one injury each.
1 injury. That's 1 embloodied, I think. Or what? That's yeah.
Yeah, one
Um,
unbloodied.
So that's an extra hit I add whenever I now roll in things that require might,
Yes.
correct, with berserkers? Okay.
Yes. You get an extra automatic hit,
Heh.
which I believe I have set to auto in the thing.
I'll try my best to use the correct commands.
No worries. It is a learning experience. Double auto gain. Okay. Any case, it is going to go to. Oh, it's hits before. It's hits before rolls, so it's BFR, I think, or B, or
Okay.
something. I need to.
We'll see. We can always count just like an
Yeah,
additional
yeah, we
one.
can go. It
Mhm.
used to be in there. Here's me being a developer in the middle of GMing. I need to be in the GMing headspace, not the developer headspace.
All right.
Okay. So each of you take a hit, and I'm going to pass it over to Ash.
I go over to the guy with a gun. Getting a little angry myself because, you know, that's how I get stronger, by being hurt and being angry. And I grab the guy also by his polo and I scream, "No one wanted to be at your fucking birthday party!" And I go for the temple again.
Go for it. Might plus close combat.
Yes. That is 6 curse dice applied or not? No, right? Or
Yeah, curse I applied.
so that's C3.
DF1.
DF1, and we count an extra hit because of berserkers. Well, I need that extra hit apparently.
You actually do need it because you're taking this guy out and the gun goes flying in the air.
And I drop in like a sack of potatoes.
Okay. And who would you pass the turn order to?
Who is fighting that claw thing?
Kala.
Me.
You.
Bliss.
All right. I'm not feeling so good because I got ouched, and so I am gonna transform. You're gonna make me morb, and I'm gonna turn into a giant werecat.
Nice.
So
What does this form look like?
you know how Squanchy breaks his little tooth thing, and he giant cat with like huge chest and yeah, wild eyes, big claws, werecat.
Awesome. Go for it.
And can I just do that, or is that like my whole turn?
No, I think you can get an action in there.
Yeah, and then I will do another scratchy, scratchy, scratchy with +1 enhancement because I am a werecat. So, how do I add that enhancement?
E.
Okay.
E and then a number. You would have
One,
E2
2, 3.
because you still have the elemental fury up.
And what's my curse number?
2, I believe.
Any DF?
DF of 3.
Let's see if that works. Nope.
So it would
What did I
be
do wrong?
8 dice, DF 3, C 2.
Oh, here we go. I need to click out of the original dice pool thing. Okay.
Something like that. It's a learning experience.
What? Ugh.
Oh, it didn't. You didn't have the. You didn't have the enhancement in there, but you are going to hit with 3.
Oh, that's weird. I tried. Whatever.
You are going to hit with 3.
Yay.
So it is starting to bleed more, and it is going to have a complication on it from now. Where if you don't buy off the complication, you're gonna take acid damage from touching it.
Oh no.
Who would you like to pass the turn to?
Pass it off to Vane.
Since most of the cultists are, or all of them are actually out of commission right now, right?
Yeah.
Vane is going to turn their attention, especially with that drippy, drippy blood that is sizzling, that is making them very, very angry. But before they do anything, they're going to try and see if they can get this cosplayer like out from under it before they get, bleed out, acided to death, or crushed if this thing comes crashing down.
Yeah.
So they're going to start trying to undo whatever restraints there are and just at least pull them to a corner.
Okay. Larceny or athletics plus might.
We'll be doing athletics because I work with gardening. I ain't got time for all this finicky stuff. I'm just going to rip this up like it is a very stubborn root.
Yeah.
Now, whether this person breaks another bone or not is not my, it's not really what I'm worried about at the moment.
I don't think broken bones are the biggest of our concerns.
Forgot the curse dice on that one. Shit.
It's fine. The last two rolls would have been the curse die. So you got one. Oh, you got a hit, but no success. Oh, you got 1 hit. So you would be able to pull this guy off the table very quickly. He's sort of like slobbering a little bit and like, what's going on? And his brain is currently staring at you from a hole in the back of his head.
Okay, brains are organic, so that's actually fine. That's a calming bit. It's like, okay, they're still human. They're still fleshy bits. This is fine. I can fix this. Maybe. Off to the side for right now before you get burnt to death or worse, like you get meddled.
And the last person in the initial order is Tobias.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I can do at this point. I'm not a combat person, surprisingly. I guess I'll, because the only kind of the emotional wave that carried me this far is mostly pieced out because they're all unconscious at the very least, apart from the terrified congoer.
Yeah.
But I am still, the torment is still active, so I guess I'll try and, I'm not trying to like punch the machine, but I'm arguing for larceny or technology to see if I can figure out a bit of it that I can, take out, just rip out quickly to hinder it in some way.
Go for it.
What would you like?
Larceny plus might or cunning.
Those are the same number.
Okay. Or technology sounds good too. Or
larceny's higher, so
or esoterica, because it is sort of like a weird abomination.
I don't have any points in esoterica. I'll stick with larceny.
Okay.
And I'm at 3 curse dice.
Right.
It didn't add my curse dice, even though I put them in. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that
Weird.
happened to me too.
Weird. I'll have to check that out. But in any case, you do manage to hit this time. How would you like to do this? Worked for me.
Interesting. So it's coming down from the ceiling, right? So I guess I'm looking at this thing. I have no idea what it is, but no, I'm a thief. I understand basic principles of physics, and I just look up the hinge and just rip the hinge from it. So it's got no like structural strength anymore connecting it to the ceiling.
Okay.
And I come down with it.
Cat's out of the bag.
Hey.
And with that, the initiative is over. The thing on the ceiling is now the thing on the floor, writhing as it is like bleeding out, and leaves a little hole in the floor that it is like falling through the floor through.
I don't say this lightly, especially considering the turn that my life took a few months ago. That's fucked up.
Well, let's at least like kick it to the side so it doesn't fall down the hole it's making.
The hole, I assume, is from the acid leaking from it.
It is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I, since I noticed that like those convention volunteers also like had the brain flap thingy, can I turn over birthday boy to see if if his birthday present was like a skull flap?
Yeah, so he has a skull flap on the back of his head, and there is a red eye with biomechanical components looking out at you and blinking.
I mentioned for the group to like point
Ew.
at it. Since I have an affinity, it's just like it, like just flavor wise for gouging out eyes because that's how I became a dead. Can I
Yes.
put my thumb in there and push?
Yeah,
Ah.
it is writhing in pain as you're doing that, and the body of the person is sort of like convulsing.
I will not stop until this like the eye actually explodes
Okay.
or loses its entire structural integrity, like fully just is, because eyes are very squishy, they can handle quite a bit of force. Don't
Yeah.
ask me how I know that.
If you have, I should have given a trigger warning for eye mutilation at this
Oh,
point.
sorry.
There is a pop, and you are going to take one injury as your fingers are your thumb is covered in purple and blue acid.
Maybe use a knife or something, and I do the thumbs up with
I'm
it's
sensing a theme here with the acid.
yeah,
Is this some kind of eyeball implanter?
I'm gonna try to like wash that off or like get it off somewhere so I don't burn my thumb off.
Vane's just in the corner, like furiously trying to make this person stable. They're not going to be able to heal them, but they can at least try and get them stable for transport.
Yeah. Roll me medical plus intellect, medicine plus intellect.
Yes. Don't worry, the homesteader is in the building.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you managed to like get him completely like bandaged up at the very least. Stable enough to be left here for the moment, but not stable enough to like never need to go to the hospital. Still needs to go to the hospital and get some stitches, but pressure is applied. They did a clean job with the surgery. It seems like they wanted to keep him alive. So at the very least that was a benefit.
Yeah, they've had to like rip off parts of their jacket to kind of act as both bandaging or padding or stuffing. Nobody knows. There's just parts of their jacket, part of the best they could do bandage on the back of this person's skull now. Nope, hate it. I hate it. I knew it. I knew the minute I saw this building. I knew this was gonna be fucked up. Y'all knew I knew this was gonna be fucked up. Y'all knew this was gonna piss me off.
To be fair, Vane, and I mean this from a place of deep, grudging respect, everything pisses you off.
And I'm pissed off at the fact that you're right.
I mean, I don't mind you being pissed off.
I mean Ash's eyes. I didn't say it was a bad thing.
I wanted to like fist bump, but then realize like because my body is actively decomposing still, like my thumb is like not really a thumb anymore. Like I shouldn't do that. Never
It's
mind.
more of a fist squelch.
Maybe wear some
Um,
gloves.
Pull my thumb to see what I can do.
I'm gonna start taking a whole bunch of pictures of all this stuff. This is great content. This is going on the podcast.
The grind never stops.
Hmm.
Never stops.
If only
And
I could get audio evidence of this. Go over to the dead guy. Describe how you feel right now.
As there's
Great,
just
great,
like
great content. Great content.
this blue goo comes out of his mouth.
Don't touch that. Can I get something to wrap up my shoulder? Not necessarily to heal, but just, put something on it.
Yeah. You managed to get like a tourniquet set up. And there is a gun in the middle of the floor at the moment, if anyone wants it.
Ooh.
Who has raced combat? I do. I will be taking that. Thank you.
Thank goodness it wasn't the trigger finger that got acid on it.
All right. And with that, we'll take a quick 10-minute break to fill up on water, use the facilities, or whatever we need. Please stay with us, and we'll be back shortly. Zach, will you be able to put us to pre-roll for a sec? And we are back. Thank you all for waiting for us. When last we left off, our intrepid con-going crew, they had gone into the break room, saw a thing on a ceiling trying to do some brain surgery on a Sherlock Holmes cosplayer, and took out 4 polo-wearing cultists and the device itself, all of which are sort of either knocked unconscious on the floor, dead, or something that may or may not have been alive previously, but is definitely doing the thing that is the opposite of what it is currently doing, which is probably dying right now. So, what do you all do now that you have successfully killed this creature? Oh, and Ash has a gun.
That's very important.
That is important.
I have a gun. Oh no. They said something about surely having to like check out the escape room LARP experience ish thing.
They did mention that.
And they said that in a tone that I really don't like.
Unfortunately, we are very much in a position where that means we have to do something we very much really won't like.
Question, Corbin, because I don't really know the mechanics on this. Can dead heal at all? Can they somewhat heal their bodies, or is it just like a nah?
I don't think they can.
Okay, perfect.
YOLO. I mean, YOLO. You only live once again.
There are definitely some dead bodies in this room if you need a replacement, but at the moment, a glove might help with that finger that burnt off.
I mean, whatever. I find something to just hide my hand in. And we go ask for the escape room thingamajig.
Can I unwerecat myself on command? Because
Yes, you may.
okay, I will unwerecat.
Let me know if anyone goes down to 0 curse dice, because that does cause your damnation to trigger.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Okay.
only reason I would not be able to de-werecat myself would be if I was out of curse dice. And I'm okay. I got 1.
Good. So the plan is to go back out.
Is there any way
Finally.
that I could, or anybody that has any skills in any of this could like try to work out the technology of this thing just to get some kind of information about like what it is, where it came from, and what it does?
So esoterica or technology would work in this scenario. And I would say like intellect or intellect plus technology or esoterica could work.
Can do that. I can do esoterica, so that's good.
And I have technology.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Aha! You have to put. I figured out why I wasn't counting my cursed dice.
What was it?
Yeah, what?
I was putting the cursed dice outside of the roll field, and
Oh yeah.
for SPU quick.
Oh. I'll have to try again. But we don't have to do any curse dice or anything for this, right? Or do I?
Yes.
As
you would.
written, they apply to every action.
Oh. Okay. Is it still 30?
It's
The curse
still,
dice?
yeah. For you, you said you were down to 1, right? Because you were
Yeah.
spending them. So
So
it'd
it's
be
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 success. So looking at this creature, like doing the little bit of knowledge checking, you can easily identify it as something from the outside, possibly bleeding into our world. probably some sort of creature that is designed or works as like a mother or infection spreader for like eggs or something to that effect, like the young hide in the heads of people.
You.
I
I
don't
will
like any word that came out of your mouth in that sentence.
I if you would like to ask one question, I'll give it to you as for part of the investigation roll, just as a bonus.
This is so far out of Tobias's experience that I was looking at it out of curiosity. I have no idea how to follow the investigation up, so I wouldn't ask a question.
Okay. Bliss, would you ask a question?
I'm guessing that implanting this red eyeball into people's heads through this machine is what's making that one guy talk funny and basically be controlled.
Yeah, it pretty much starts eating the brain.
So we could potentially go around removing red eyeballs from people's skulls if we wanted to save people.
Melee or ranged?
I mean, if you've got a extracto gun,
Pulls out the regular gun.
will this do? No. It'll make a hole, but I feel like it might do more harm than good. Well, at least we know now how what we're up against, I guess.
Ugh.
Yeah. How?
Yeah.
Now we just need to find the others and get the hell out of here before they put eyeballs in our freaking heads. Like controlled anger. You said that they seem to be pushing that escape room thing.
Yeah.
That might be
So
where they are, and we can perform some surgery ourselves once we're out of here, if they are indeed howled.
I just need you to know to not look at me for that. I can fix a skull flap. I don't know how to fix a parasite. Like if you were a tomato plant, I could figure that out. If you were my pepper plants, I could, but that is outside of my range.
Do we want to do like an experiment on one of the guys that's unconscious that already has an eyeball in his head to see like if we can like just pull it out without exploding it, and if that would like bring their brains back?
I have a pocket knife.
Who would like to do this surgery?
See, the problem
Well,
is, if I get any more acid on me, I'm gonna lose his entire hand and never get it back.
Yeah, well, you
Oops.
did explode the eyeball instead of pulling it out, so maybe if we just don't do that part, we might be okay.
Fine.
I can give it a go if you'd rather keep what's left of your hand, Ash.
Just like there's like a half thumb remaining. I mean, go ahead.
I would
And I hand
try
you my Swiss Army knife.
impromptu surgery with a Swiss Army knife.
can I assist with the medicine?
Yes, you may.
Good, because I don't have medicine.
Medicine plus intellect.
Could I argue for dexterity?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. That gives me a dice pool of 4.
It's like that video of doing surgery on a grape.
Yeah.
For assisting, is that just I give dice or I also roll and add the successes?
Yeah, you add the successes together.
Okay.
The hits together rather.
Let me see here.
I don't know if you're going to apply a wicked success to this, but
A wicked success? Okay. This is gonna be fun.
1 second, because this might make it a little bit spicier.
Dang.
Yeah, that is a wicked success. You didn't get a wicked success before. It was but now we have. So looking at the creature, you managed to like peel it away from the brain a little bit. Going through like the previous look, it seems like it does feast on the brain, so it is doing brain damage as it is going through. Luckily, as far as like getting this one off this person, you're not able to save them 100%. There's still some of the brain like that has been clearly eaten away at, but the body begins to talk a bit, and like you can hear murmuring from it. It's like, what's going on? And
Hey.
you can ask them a few questions before they expire.
Oh shit. He gonna die.
Do you remember what happened?
I was just there was this con, and they
Recorder.
they needed volunteers, and they were asking for volunteers, and they led me to the this room with this really creepy thing on the ceiling, and it got just God. I'm gonna be all right, right?
I would like to. Being dead really did a number on Tobias, especially the manner of his death. So he's still struggling to. I'm still struggling to like reconnect with my humanity. But there is a flash of empathy. I'm going to bleed one of my curse dice, and I can edit this person's memories. And I'm just going to remove the implantation process from their memory.
Okay. They're just like they know there was something weird going on, but they're the trauma has sort of been edited out, as it were. They're like calming down a bit. You have
Yes,
two more questions before they pass.
I will look to everyone else if they have any questions they want to ask.
The 4 people we were sent in to find, did we also get last names, or just insert last name here when we have to talk about them?
Insert last name when we have to talk to them.
Vane will ask them, and I'm assuming we also got a general description, and say, we're looking for some folks. Tom, Dick, Harry, Bianca, do you remember seeing them?
They there's some ritual in the maze. Sacrifices? Human non-human sacrifices to bring something to this world.
Oh,
Great.
hey. Fantastic. Um, do you have any information on this maze? Is there like a map somewhere, or
It's set up like an escape room. There's hidden keys in one of the areas. There's like puzzles and traps. I never worked it. And as they're saying this, their voice begins to trail off as their eyes go white.
I close the eyelids. Um, so, um, escape room time.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, not getting any younger.
I feel
And
like this is
just
too morbid for my listeners, but I got it on recording just in case.
you recorded someone's death throes.
Well, yeah.
Why do I ask questions that I know are going to creep me out?
It's for the content, man. Everybody's gotta learn stuff, you know? It's the spice of life. Learning stuff.
Not
We're gonna-
entirely sure any hosting platform will allow you to keep that file online for very long, but
Probably Reddit.
Poor channel do the trick.
Yeah, I'll just link to it in case they're interested, and I'll refer to it in the podcast. See, I know all the tricks of the trade.
Just say it's a dramatic reading from an
Yeah.
actor you paid.
Exactly.
Voice actor demo tape.
Mm-hmm.
And Vane will wait for the others to head over to the escape room.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to just stare at Vane in the eyes as I fade out again.
Okay, bye.
in vain and as you're all heading to the escape room, you come to the door of effectively a like hotel room, like conference room, or convention conference room rather, and they have a person outside, purple polo with a clipboard, and they say, "Welcome to the LARP escape room experience. If you wish to join us for this once in a lifetime experience into the dark abyss of the dark forest, you can wait in line for our next available group."
Is there anyone else in line?
They look at their clipboard, look up. "You can be seen immediately."
The doctor will see you now. Uh,
Hmm.
thanks, buddy.
There's another group of people who come up, and it's like, "Hey, are you gonna go in there? We were trying to get in earlier, but it was busy."
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
you go ahead, Fane. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why we made advance. What's the word? Reservation. You didn't see it on the flyers or the website?
No, but like we were just, I mean, whatever. You guys are gonna go in. We'll just wait, I guess.
We'll
And
be quick.
the attendant puts up a sign behind you guys saying wait time 1 hour.
Trust
God-
me, dudes, we're doing you a favor. Just don't ask any more questions.
Hey, is that Kala?
Hey.
And
Hey, VIPs right here. And they're just they're like, "Can we take some photos?"
After, when we're done.
Yeah.
I promise. Just wait here.
We will. And the attendant opens the door for you as you're allowed to enter.
Or go
Opening
in
in-
invisibly.
Opening in to the room, you see there are two doors ahead of you with two people in purple polos, but also wearing like the uniform, like some LARPing gear over it, like as if they were like some armor and like bomber swords and things.
Like, what type of swords are we talking? I'm a LARPer myself. Is it American LARP gear or is it European LARP gear?
Oh, it is American LARP gear, so it looks trashy as hell.
Pool noodles on a stick.
Someone just took some foam and put it around a PVC pipe or something. Like, it's weird. But they're standing there and they are saying they don't say anything as a voice comes over and says, One of the guards only tells lies, the other only tells the truth. Beyond one door is death, beyond the other is the rest of the dungeon.
Vane just looks to the others to see if someone else wants to try something before they do something stupid.
What if anyone's got a plan, because I can try something.
I
But
mean, quietly so that the guards can't hear me. I could just ask them if they can see me.
They can't see. I mean, they're not looking for you though.
No, but Vane, you seem very eager to do something. Go ahead. Share it with the group.
Right, it's a little bit risky. But watch this. Vane's gonna go up to the first guard they see. What's 1 + 1?
2.
Goes to the next guard. What's 2 + 2?
2. I mean, wait. Are you the one that's lying, or am I? It's like, we talked about this earlier. Remember? Says 3.
Vane just gestures. See? Simple.
So smart. All right, truth guy. Which one's the right door?
They both say. They both. The truth guy points to the door. To the door on the right. The lying guy points to the door on the left.
Vane just opens the right door and gestures for everyone. Gentleman-like.
Just in
Yeah.
passing. Well done.
All right.
Okay. Behind the door, you see what seems to be a dead end and a large black dog with bat-like ears, claws, a large row of teeth, and blood dripping from it as it as it comes bounding towards the door. What would you like to do?
Doggy.
Step to one side.
Slide to the left.
Slide to the left.
Has anyone?
What, Bane?
So we've opened the door, and before we've gone through, we just see this.
Yeah.
Close the door.
The door begins to pound as the creature is trying to claw through it. The guards are looking straight ahead still. Who's holding back the door right now?
Good
Oh, shit.
question.
I
mean,
guess it's
If I see that you're struggling with it, Vane, I'll try to do it.
Might plus athletics. Difficulty 3.
Jesus fuck. And
I mean,
my Berserker's Fury has worn off, I think, since it's a different scene. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to activate it again.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, Vane can do this, but let's not put that evil upon them. Everything is fine. Everything is
I'll
cool.
try to roll for that. Oh, you don't. It's fine. No, you did fine. I'm not gonna roll.
Not bad.
It might be wicked, but that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. I need to roll. So you're holding back the door for the moment. The guards look at you all and are just sort of standing there.
Is this part of the experience, guys?
I mean, the truth teller says, "Well, you you asked for which one was the right door.
Oh. You think you're so clever. Oh my goodness.
I go to the one guy thinking that it was really smart with haha, the right door. And I'm going to just over my shoulder tell him, this is why your mother never loved you and your father left.
Oh.
Damn.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Jeez.
He has to lie.
Does someone want to open the other door?
Sure.
Okay. The other door opens up to just a forest like setting.
Okay, I have an idea. We quickly all go through this door. You, Vane, leave that door open, and then we hold this door. So Puppy can do whatever here in this little entrance.
Yeah. It's just all quickly shoot into that
Yeah.
door and see what Puppy does when not held back.
Okay. You guys go into the other door and close it, and from the other side you hear I don't want to die. I do want to die. This is exactly what I signed up for.
Oh, those two poor guys. Well,
Well, they were dead already, so this is just quicker.
yeah. And Doggy gets a snack. Everything works out.
I love how he never broke character.
Yeah. Hats
He
off to
did-
him.
He broke a little bit early. He wasn't sure which one he was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think
He
he felt
committed to the
extra
bit.
bad, so he committed extra hard. Yeah. To make up for it.
Ugh. If I look at these trees and I see plastic, so help me. And Vane's gonna wait for someone else to lead the way because if they see plastic trees, they will actually go postal.
Are the trees plastic?
Paper mache and paint.
All right. I mean, still natural, except for the paint, which is sometimes could be natural.
Acrylic paint. Oh no.
And most commercial paper used for printing is whitened with bleach.
I like to imagine like just Ashes whispering this into Vane's ear. Like a vein
How
on
do
their
you feel about
forehead.
that?
Like a
Like-
vein on their foreheads threatening to
Like-
pop from this.
Like this shoulder squeeze. There's a reason printer paper glows in black lights, you know? It's because of the bleach.
I'm walking now. I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk. I'm going to think about my garden and I'm going to not look at anything.
You see you see nothing because you're not looking.
So
I
like
do
just
not
look
see
at the
it.
ground. The ground can't be that fake, can it?
I mean, it's concrete.
How many times can a torment get triggered in one episode? It's fine. It's fine.
It's not technology. It's
Arts and crafts.
yeah.
Concrete's also not new technology. Like the Romans used concrete.
It's just a moment to get themselves together and start trying to find out if they see tracks or a way for us to go forward.
Okay. So there is in the center of this room a pedestal. And on the pedestal you see a what is like sort of a touchscreen type situation, and a knight chess piece on it. In front of it is a door. And on the door it says, "Solve the knight's game to get through the puzzle to get to the other room." The door will open when you solve the puzzle.
It's kind of a shame that I can't bring you guys with me when I phase through walls. It would have made it very much easier.
I look at the knight and the screen. I assume it's like a chessboard on the screen.
Yeah, it's a chessboard on the screen. It is actually set up in a 6x6 grid. And you can see that the location where the knight is, the space is lit up.
So I look at everyone. I'm assuming it's it goes over every space without repeating itself shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone good at chess?
What role would that be, Corbin? So I can know if I'm good at it.
It would be enigmas.
Nope.
I have one thingy in Enigmas. Great.
It sounds like you might have the highest.
Kidding me.
I mean, you could also phase through the wall and then just like open the door from the other side.
No, I don't know if the
Just
door could
bypass
be
the
opened
whole
from the other
thing.
side. I don't know if it
That's
can be
true.
opened
And then
from the
you'd
other
be
side. I would
trapped.
have, yeah,
Well,
and then
you could just
also,
phase back.
You can see
Yeah.
that the door on this side from the previous room, like
Mhm.
the door's still there. You just closed it.
So if we go to the door that's like closed now that we have to solve the puzzle for, is there like, a physical way of normally opening it? Like just like a door handle?
Yeah, like it's got a door handle and then it's got like a little like lock on the back.
Cheers.
I mean, if you're using the door behind you as reference, it has like a little like automated lock thingy with a manual override.
I mean, we can try to do the puzzle first, and if I lose my temper, I'm just going to go through the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would that be
Intellect plus esoterica. Or sorry, it's intellect plus enigmas.
not cunning? Okay.
Cunning, I'll allow cunning. You can use cunning. It is going to be a difficulty of 3.
Oh dear lord. Enigmas and cunning is
I will also say you have 4 momentum.
3 technically, but
Oh, 3 technically. Yes, it has been spent. 3.
I'm gonna leave that to other people because I don't know what to do with it with this character.
It will give you an extra hits if you want after rolling.
Well, I have 2.
So you can spend 1 momentum to make it a success.
Everyone okay with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine by me.
yep.
All right, okay. By the power of probably how I solve this is I try and it's wrong, and I just like such speeding up and trying so hard just to brute force this that eventually I get it.
Oh yeah, you can definitely end up doing that, and it opens up, and the system like clicks, and you hear the door open before you, and the little knight is put back onto its starting spot, and it resets. Congratulations, you have finished the puzzle of the night.
Sure.
Hey.
Good thing Vane wasn't looking at the puzzle.
Vane is just like trying to calm themselves because this is not good for their blood pressure.
They're
just
over here
planning-
with blood pressure.
Imagine having blood pressure.
Yeah.
They just thinking of all their garden that they're going to tend to very well after this to recover.
I say we go forward.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. How bad can it be?
In the next room, you see people wearing purple polos and black hooded robes over the polos, standing in a circle around four individuals staked to, well, not staked, but tied up two stakes in the ground as there is a pentagram set up with glowing red lines and a person wearing what appears to be like devil horns that have come from Party City or something, and fake demon blood all over their face as they say, "We are bringing forth the powerful Archon Lark." Sorry, something was in my throat. Alan, the Archon Alan, forth into this world to bring order and 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 structure to these accursed individuals. All
don't-
hail Alan. All hail Alan.
I don't like the word that they used.
What, accursed?
They either know too much or someone told this idiot what to say.
Hmm.
What do we do?
I can do something, but it's not going to be pretty.
I can try to get some information out of them. That might be pretty. I don't know. Do I
Do
just
that for
interrupt them? Okay.
Excuse me, I have questions.
Uh, a cultist in the purple polo with a black robe on comes up and says, "Oh, wonderful. You're here for the ceremony. We just need drops of blood from three of you. Put it in the blood jar, and then we're good. We're like you guys will be good. That's the end of the mission. You'll succeed." And you get this nice little pin.
I'm pretty sure donating your blood like that for just a little thingy is a biohazard. So how about no?
You signed a
Uh,
waiver before you came in here, and they bring up these pieces of paper that you definitely did not sign.
well, I don't give a shit, and science doesn't give a shit if you signed a waiver or not. It's still a biohazard. Also, and I like just completely ignore like the entire setting. Walk forward a little bit. Are
They say
y'all okay?
it's the head guy is just like, "We are in the middle of performing a ritual. We are fine. This is all part of the LARPing experience." And they they have their hand up over their heads so that you know that they're speaking out of
Like the
character.
outgame in-game thing. Oh my Um, I still don't believe them though. So can I make like a thingy maybe with empathy to see the baby if I can get like a general read on the room?
Oh, yes. This is the general read is they are all sort of like performing like tasks assigned to them.
Uh-huh.
The only person who seems like they are really into this is the high priest, who seems to like at least be the one having given them the orders.
With my quick read edge,
Mhm.
the question that I guess with the high priest,
Yes.
are they trying to think how to phrase this? Are they doing something because like are they just playing a role, or are they, do they have Hal implanted in the back of their head, kind of thing?
So based on what you've seen from the previous con staffers, the thing in the back of their head has been slowly eating away at their brain and gestating. Since this person seems more put together, it's possible that this is what happens when one fully matures with inside a human body. So they're probably like equivalent of the like eldest person there.
I will say this quietly so that, you know, we're all on the same page.
Sometimes I
Okay.
forget you're invisible.
Sometimes so do I.
That's a lie, and you damn well know it.
And
Shit.
how many people are ready to be sacrifices there?
There are the 4 individuals. There's
Uh-huh.
and you can easily identify them as Tom, Dick, Harriet, and Bianca.
And
I
how many
Mhm.
ritual dudes are there?
There are at least a dozen.
Oh my goodness, that's too many.
I put my hand on the pocket where I put the gun.
And then
Is
quietly again, if you can distract them, I can try and get Tom, Dick, Harriet, and Bianca free.
Okay.
I hate doing this, but I can do something. Do I have permission?
I mean, we did learn that once you extract the eyeball, they're gonna die anyway, so all bets are off.
I don't see a
Just-
fridge here though. You have to throw something else.
Okay, you want me to see throw something? You want to see me throw something? Okay, watch this. Vane will probably do something very stupid, but Vane's gonna walk to the center of the room and just clap their hands. Nope, 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 no. Hold up. If you're gonna do this, you have to do this right. Hey, everyone, eyes on me real quick, and we are going to trigger something special for the outsiders, slipping off the mask with everyone looking.
Nice.
For the audience at home, the outcasts are human by all appearances, but heritage gives them features that normal humans do not and cannot have. And they can keep these hidden, except for when they slip off the mask. By bleeding 1 curse die, they take on this form for 1 automatic hit, which applies before the roll and influence actions against anyone who sees the reveal. So take away a curse die. And for a brief moment, this humanoid form of this pissed off urban homesteader expands, morphs, cracks, crunches until it's this slightly diagonal, bloody, chromatic prism of crystals and viscera, barely humanoid, just there humming
Oh god.
for just a moment. And but that's going to be okay. Look, everyone looking at me now.
Yep, everyone's looking and then
It's hard not to.
roll me a presence plus persuasion or esoterica, and then because of your slipping off the mask, you get an automatic hit on the roll, which
Yes.
we'll just account for it outside for the moment. I think it's auto 1 or hits before roll, which would be HBR or something, or H. Let me see if I do
Let me
that.
see. Yep. Here, I got this. Hits before roll, 2 curse die. Got my dice pool.
Yeah, it's 8. It's just H
This is
for it.
perfect. This is fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
One
Well,
hit.
thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that.
I mean, we have momentum. I think
Yeah.
is it 2 momentum to turn a failure into a success?
Yeah. I mean, their integrity is 1, so you will be able to get 1 away, and for every additional hit, you'll get another person away.
We'll use 1 momentum, try and get reserve 1 in case we need an emergency, but Vane just keeps going on. Okay, nope. First off, y'all are doing the pentagram bullshit. I need you to forget the satanic panic. You need a heptagram. It needs to be 7 points, and it doesn't need to be inverted. Again, that's more that kind of misconception bullshit. It needs to be upright. Got it?
The two people who saw your form, like, and in the middle of blinking and stuff like that, go freaking out the door. They are like also a little bit upset that you said that it should be a 7-pointed star and not a 5-pointed star, but that really threw them off. The archpriest is just sort of like, no, we don't have 13 anymore, but we're still good. We have 11. 11 is a good number. 11 is a prime evil number.
I pull out my gun and point it at the head priest.
Oh no. Where did you get that gun? Derek had that gun.
Yeah, and no one came to his birthday party, you fucking asshole. Oh my
It's-
god.
Point the gun somewhere else. That's a dangerous, cursed artifact.
Well, you want to know a fun thing about us? Anyway, as Moses said in that one movie, let my people go.
He's just don't put the gun away. Keep the gun out. Don't ever put the gun away. Keep it out. Be
I am so
careful.
confused. I am
He says
so...
he's roll me
Who's saying that?
the archpriest. Roll me a presence or manipulation plus persuasion, I would say, because you're threatening him.
Oh, lovely. Because that's a good roll for me. SPU underscore quick is 3. Is it C3 or 3C? So I forgot.
Either way is fine. You can use
Okay.
C3.
Fuck you. However, since that isn't gonna work, can I petition to use provocation? I'm a fury, so I can try to just magically provoke someone and scare them. Don't know how that exactly works.
Bleed 1 curse die. Choose a target when activating this spell to heighten their current state of emotions.
Yeah.
Awed, confused, ennui, frayed temperature, guilt-ridden, or terrified.
Absolutely fucking terrified.
Okay. Terrified status effect is applied, and I'm just trying to remember what that one does. Terrified. Your character is afraid. The character suffers a moderate complication on actions she attempts that does not involve running from the object of terror. Okay. So, the archpriest is going to book it out of the room now. And the cultists are all sort of looking around going, what this what's he was my ride.
Well, y'all better go catch him before he leaves without y'all. Listen, party's over. Y'all can try again with next year's con. But closing time. Everybody out.
Okay. They begin to start untying people because they're kind of a little bit unmoored at the moment. But I need Ash to roll me a ranged combat plus dexterity roll.
Uh-huh. Dex.
Now, when the guy left the room, did you point the gun down or towards someone else?
I don't think I pointed it at someone else. but I
Okay.
might have instinctively followed him, like
Yeah.
tracked his move.
Okay. So
but-
there's a moving target situation going on here.
I'm not intending to shoot, but apparently I am gonna.
Well, there is a reason for this, and
The gun is alive.
The
I'm
gun is
gonna
actually Archon.
I'm gonna roll a die, see what happens on that. If it is lower, if it's a failure, it's gonna hit one of you guys.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh yeah.
failure.
We have momentum left.
It's fine. We all
I
have a
think
lot of
like
health.
Josie, roll me the range combat attack.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's see. I'm rolling a D5 here. No, I'll roll a D8 because it could hit one of the people in the thing. So I have it written out here who's on this D8 for purposes of things. On this, let's see where it goes. It is going to hit. Apologies for this, but it is going to hit Tobias. As
Corbin,
as you
based on how well I was rolling earlier in the Scotland's game, I absolutely deserve this.
It is
Like you are invisible for almost all of the time, and yet still projectiles find you.
this particular gun just hates him apparently. The gun goes off and it hits Tobias for 1 point of damage as someone says, "Oh God, it's Chekhov's gun." Put it away and don't take it back out. If it goes off, if it's taken out, it must go off. That is the point of Chekhov's gun.
I just I put it away. I look at like did that cause you to drop out of invisibility, Tobias?
It
You
doesn't
think?
say it would. All the spell is when you activate the spell, become like a shadow and invisible to naked eye. It doesn't say it, then anything breaks it unless I choose to be seen again. But yeah, I'd like to think that would. Ow! You shot me.
I didn't meant to. I'm sorry. What are you gonna do? Be mad at me?
Ooh.
Are you gonna
My
be mad at
lineage
me?
torment is triggered by suffering and betrayal.
I didn't I didn't mean to do it. I swear.
Do you wish to lean into your torment?
I do. I do. So I can't.
Go ahead.
I must continue to feed for the rest of the scene. So yeah, I'm just going to do what I did. I think I have. Let's look at curse dice. Yeah, I have 2 curse dice. Homework, I only need to hold 1 anyway. So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier with the removing, like, inverting bonds to turn the cultists against each other, and then just enjoy the fear and anger that will provoke.
They begin to start yelling at each other. Apparently, none of them got birthday gifts this year from any of the others. Granted, this space only exists for 3 days of a year.
And everybody's got birthdays on the same day.
Yeah.
But it's very obvious that I'm no longer human at this point. I'm just standing there drinking it in, like a adulation from a crowd, but just enjoying everything.
Mystical energies of smoke begin to pour over the people fighting each other and yelling at each other as you're just sort of taking in it, breathing it all in.
Shouldn't we untie the people?
Yep, already on it.
Yeah.
Vayne ain't got time for this. They got a guard to get back to. They're getting their folks untied as best they can.
So it is quite easy to get everyone untied, but they are unconscious and need to be dragged out.
I can get really big in cat form and carry and drag or something. I don't know if that. I mean, yeah, it's +1 to any physical things. So
I can say for purposes of narrative, you can drag 2 of the people out, and there are 2 more.
cool.
While you're doing all of this, I'm going to bleed one the curse die I just got for succumbing to my torment to activate. You know, I'll bleed 2 of them to activate undead strength. My banes are fire and running water for purposes of mechanics, and I am just beating these poor hapless people.
Oh God!
With my bare hands, I'm just terrifying them.
Slap, slap, slap.
Slap, slap. Who's dragging out the other bodies?
Vane's got one.
I think I can also drag one out.
Okay, so as you guys drag the bodies out, the attendant at the end of at the other side of the door is like, "Congratulations, you have defeated the LARP dungeon. Thank you all for joining. Here's a pin for you, a pin for you,
I
and a
punch
pin." Knocked on the ground. Might plus unarmed combat.
All right.
I should make Ash roll for might plus unarmed combat in there as well, but I kind of like the idea that these people are all fighting in a giant scuffle out there.
At
Mosh
least I
pit.
got a hit for once.
Yeah. Knock them onto the ground, and you hear a satisfying crunch as the back of their head opens up.
But your pins under sun don't shine, idiots.
There is an announcement over the intercom. Please, for those who are joining the midnight rave tonight, it is up on the 2nd floor.
Problem for another time. Problem for another time.
Yeah, I got 5 on my terrify with physical violence roll.
Oh God. There is a there how beat up and like how covered in blood is Tobias right now? Like other people's blood, obviously, from the fight.
Oh, like I'm just lost in the hunger right now. So like I'm not drinking the blood. It is just the easiest way to provoke the reaction I need. So I am just covered in it from multiple like small wounds just from bare hands and
The
feet.
door opens and you all see this visage.
Are you
Wow.
done?
Well, oh, Tobias, today you're looking to die for.
I
Keep dragging the body.
looking around, seeing that there's no one left. It's up to you, Corbin. Is this the end of the scene? Because I can't leave this state until it is.
Yeah, it is the end of the scene.
Okay, so I meet Ash's eyes with the pun, and like my eyes are just and a void. That's the best word to describe it. And then I blink and burp slyly. I think I may have eaten too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
You
you do it
think?
with fear, I can't join in, and then you eat too much. Badass.
Ash,
And
have you put away the gun?
I have put away the gun.
There is a gunshot going off into the floor. I'm gonna roll a The new scene had started.
I can sew it
Oh.
into my own foot. It's fine.
It-
Oh,
Ricochets
so-
just hit someone.
It goes into the floor as you put the gun away. It was a new scene. The gun was out.
And I don't want to, I don't want to get shot again. But technically, I can heal those injuries. I'd just be out of curse dice and then have to feed again.
look, Tobias. I can't heal. You can heal. So if this gun has to go off, I'm sorry that it's gonna hit your pretty little body, okay? I'm sorry. Okay? But I only have one meat suit for now.
Ash,
And it's got some holes in it, like and I put my finger like halfway through like one of the bullet holes.
and it's like put my hand firmly on your shoulder, ignoring the fact that your skin is decomposing. It's a good thing I like you. I wouldn't let many people shoot me. Shoot me once.
I mean,
Have been shot twice, and then just almost absently pulling out the bullet.
then we would both get angry at each other, which is a good thing. High five.
Yes. Just out of
Is
curiosity.
this how codependencies start?
just out of curiosity. Do you remind me what Ash's friend is? She here, right?
Yeah.
So there's just that. I can't think of a better way to describe it, that look of someone who absolutely knows it would be like a toxic relationship to enter into. But it's like, it's a good thing you're not male.
Well, that depends on when this meat suit is going to have to be discarded.
And then just a speculative look.
I'll give you my number. Anyways, keeps tracking body.
So what are you all doing at this point? You are currently outside the LARP event next to the dealer's room.
So just a lot has happened since we started this nearly 3 hours ago. Our job was to find these people, right? That was
Yes.
all we were here to do.
Mm-hmm.
So back in character. As much as it galls me to let a brain worm loose, because while I have very little recollection of what happened in the last 2 minutes, I don't see the head cultist in there. So I assume they ran.
Yeah.
They did.
Well, we did what we were asked to do.
Can I first put those people in our cars?
Yeah, I could. I'm a little conspicuous right now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I was gonna
fade
say.
from view.
It's gonna be hard to drag these unconscious people into my car, especially since it was so hard to find parking. I'm kind of a ways away.
I
From
arrived pretty early.
the air somewhere like a few feet ahead of you. I have a plan. It'll be
Oh.
fine. And I'm just going to trigger the fire alarm.
Oh no.
Because
Fire.
now it's the end of the scene. Running water is not my bane.
Yep. Well,
It's the end of the scene. Oh my! This gun is still put away, Corbin.
It is. It is. Fire alarm pulled. The sprinklers don't turn on automatically for the fire alarm being pulled in this situation because they have glass thingies in them that are for when the pressure breaks and stuff.
Mhm.
So at the moment, it's just the alarm going off. Someone on the over the intercom says, "Please leave through the designated areas. Though this is just a drill, so don't feel like you need to be leaving anytime soon."
Ash,
And
can I
then-
see that gun for a moment?
No.
I'm just going to
Bane?
return.
Bane? A gun is technology.
It is a necessary evil against whatever the fuck those people had in their heads.
I was just gonna set a fire going.
Oh.
Well, I guess I can. No, but that wouldn't be very big. Look, the thing is, Vane, except for like right now, I also have shot a gun before. I don't think you have. So the chances of me hitting a target I actually want to hit, or Tobias, are greater than whatever you're trying to hit.
I appreciate the implied apology.
It wasn't an apology, it was a
Just
fact.
don't hit anything. Just shoot a wall so people panic and
It's
run.
gonna hit someone. It is going to hit someone, I'm pretty sure. Do you want me? Fine.
Shoot the wall. And then drop it.
No, I'm gonna keep it. I shoot at a random wall where there's like no one, maybe like in the middle of a poster or something.
Yep. You shoot at the wall, it hits the wall.
It doesn't bounce off and hit Tobias? God dang it. Ah,
If you're shooting it purposefully, you're fine.
It has to go off. That's Chekhov's gun.
It's Chekhov's gun.
This also implies that it has limitless ammo, at least for one shot I've ever seen.
Yes, apparently.
why do you think I want to keep it?
Enter and exit a room every time you need to reload.
Loading screens in between. So I think we should get these people in our cars and then either get the hell out of here and never come back, or get the hell out of here and return for the rave.
You can do that. I'm making sure my folks are good, and then I'm going to do some moon gardening. Because fuck all of this.
You mean this, and I'm ready to pull out the gun again.
I'm not afraid to hit you. You can't grow your teeth back. I know that.
Can't just get new ones, though.
But they will work to like start dragging their person out.
As you get to the door, the priest is standing before you, riding upon the back of a giant black dog. He says, "You cannot take our sacrifices. We need them to bring the Holy Archon Allen to this realm."
Shut the fuck up. Get out of my way before I tear your throat out. Now.
Hey, bitch, you want to take all of us on right now? With us looking like this? Ah.
Beefy, attack. And roll initiative.
Bad dog.
Dear Lord. That is
Yes. I remember. Numbers.
one of them is cunning and athletics, right?
Cunning, athletics, and empathy, dexterity.
Oh, Anthony, that's better for me.
Okay, I got one hit on the dog. So you got 2s, 3s. I think Minty.
Ryan's got
on that.
5. Says 5
5?
hits.
No, that was the scary.
Oh,
people.
okay, sorry.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was
If you go like one down, you'll see it. I've got one.
Okay.
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Minty, you're up.
Vane is just so fucking tired. And is just so over it. And we don't have any skill in close combat, but they are so fucking pissed off that they are just going to, like, this guy's riding this hell dog into battle.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and just smack him hard enough to dismount.
Okay, roll me a might plus close combat.
So I have 3 dice for that. However, I know this is going to go well.
There is one momentum in the pool.
We'll save it for the reserves. Oh,
Nice. He comes
So-
charging on the dog, and you just clothesline him off of it.
just yelling full on this point. I said, get the fuck down.
No, fall sounds. It is. Who do you pass the initiative to?
I believe the best card to play against dog is gun, so they'll pass to Ash.
Put him down like a dog.
Yeller.
If we had more
Yep.
time, I would actually want to like use my incredible empathy and manipulation skills to say who's a good boy to the dog, but I don't think that's gonna cut it for now. I'm going to do Berserker's Focus again as well. Hocus Pocus, there's your focus. I don't really trust the gun anymore, but I do have a pocket knife. So, or anything that will help me with close combat. I'm just going to start smashing this priest's face in like it's a piñata.
Okay, go for it. You're
What's
just
close combat?
smashing close combat. Yeah.
I want him to die.
Go for it.
Might close combat.
Defense 3.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to do the defense.
That's fine.
I have 3 normal hits and a curse hit.
Okay.
Look at success.
Wicked success. Smash into this guy's brain. There's a reverberation in the curse as the entity inside its skull cavity writhes in pain as you have shook it loose. It is screaming out in agony. Your friend from the Furies, Harriet, is roused up a little bit from the screech, and as she looks up, she's like, fucking aces, Ash. Fucking aces. I'll let mom know. And who do you pass the initiative to?
I mean, I want to see like a fight between a cat and a dog, so I go to Kala.
Alright. I assume Doggy is still charging, even though
Yeah.
owner is not there to say sick him.
Yep.
Right.
Doggy's still charging.
Bad Doggy. I will, yeah, go full cat mode on him and
Okay. Give me a might plus close combat, and if you're going primal form, you're gonna have a +1 enhancement. Its defense is 2.
Yeah.
2 hits. Managed to scratch through into his hide, through his fur, and he begins to wail. Who do you pass the initiative to?
Tobias.
Yep, Tobias or yes. Sorry. I mixed up names. I apologize.
Bias, you're up.
Yeah, I'm also pissed as hell because so it's like retcon. I can't turn invisible because I don't have enough cursed dice for it. But also the emotions that I feature on have to be freely given, which the ones in the last scene were not. So I'm like, I'm still hungry. I'm back in control of myself though.
Yeah.
So I'm just angry. I've been shot twice by Chekhov's gun. And this is just not a situation I ever thought I'd be in. Which of the two, the dog, the high priest, looks the worst off?
Well, the high priest had died.
Okay,
It is
that
an
answers that question.
ex high priest.
Has joined the choir invisible.
Just
Now he's a
checking
low
more, you know,
priest.
like something wasn't wriggling out of his ear than anything else. But
Pining for the fjords.
in which case, yeah, I'm gonna. I hate myself as Ryan. I hate myself saying this, but Tobias is like, the dog is in the way. It's stopping me from getting an actual meal. It has to go. So I'm going to punish the dog.
Okay.
I have both my bloodied filled up, and close combat is a path skill for me. So I get an extra die to my roll. So I'm rolling a whopping total of 4 dice on this.
Okay.
Kick the puppy.
Two
Kick the
hits.
baby.
2 hits. Awesome. You punch right into it. You feel it. You feel it like go right into it. There is a complication on this, which I forgot to mention, because it has devastating blow. You punch into its jaw, and it is just going to go berserk and slash across your chest.
Bring it.
And you get the taken out status effect. Actually, this does no damage. It just takes you out as you are knocked against the wall and knocked out. Someone can go up to you and rouse you, but you are currently taken out.
More bodies to drag. I can only drag so many.
It's my job to hurt him.
Do you pass the initiative to the creature?
I have to, I think, don't I?
Yep.
Or do.
The creature is going to attack the kitty. Nothing can beat the rivalry between cats and dogs at this point. Close combat attack. You can roll your stamina for defense. Add it to your defense of 1.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
First successful dodge of the game. The puppy goes for a swipe and dodge it, and you definitely dodge. I will pass the initiative to you.
Attack. Attack the doggy. Bad doggy, bad. You stop it right now. I put you down. Rawr.
Difficulty 2.
Go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Hey.
Nice. How do you want to do this?
I guess just like rip him to shreds. Throat first. Blood spraying everywhere
The most
till he doesn't move anymore.
The most red blood you see comes flying out of this carcass as you throw it against the wall, and it cut right through it.
Splat.
Splat.
Bad doggy. With time and training, you could have become a good doggy. But we didn't have that, so R.I.P. Pooch. Right. Shall we continue dragging our bodies before we were so rudely interrupted? Or should we pop the eyeball in this guy first?
I drop the person I was carrying, go up to Tobias. Yo, slap him in the face. Wake up.
Tobias
forgot.
wakes up.
Ow. Thank you, but ow. That was
I have to be consistent.
no. I appreciate that. I'm just holding my chest together. That was I really need to feed. That's the only way this is anything is happening with this. I just move my hand and the skin. What?
Ew. Quick, somebody get angry or emotive.
I can do that. Is anyone consenting to me making them angry?
Vane's quickly trying to drag bodies out the door before they're looked at.
um,
Out of character, you have consent to get this out of Vane before
Hey,
they get out
Vane.
that door.
Hey,
No,
Vane.
I'm not listening. We have a job to do.
Hey, Vane.
What?
Hey, Vane. Did
What
you know
do
that we'll
you?
have to? It's working already. Do you know that we're gonna have to like put these bodies there by car? You might also have to get into a car that's driving because it's far and you can't walk that far. Because I mean, yeah, sure, nature is fun, but it can't do anything. There's a reason we evolved, you know? There's a reason we have this. And like put a
Yes,
little bit of
there's
like put a bit of like
insert
provocation in there as well.
insert the onslaught of excuse the fuck out of you. All right, look, I don't need a car. I've never needed a car. The bike, okay, you know what? I can maybe get behind that. I know there's a way we can make that a little bit better, but I don't need something that guzzles gas, that poisons my hair, that people throw the batteries out in the fucking ocean and put tires out in the
But
forest.
I like the smell of gasoline.
Well, that explains a lot. And it's just going
Look at
up and up.
Tobias. Look at Tobias.
Yeah. So for the people watching's benefit, if you're one of the hungry, you have to spend the scene feeding once per session anyway. It can be off camera. If the rest of the crew helps or offers themselves to you, you get momentum. And then because I'm feeding in my preferred meal, which is emotions, I get a curse die, which I immediately spend on undead strength to regenerate 1 injury at the beginning of each round for the scene. So there we go.
Okay, so you're patched up somewhat?
Oh yeah, by the time you get down to like I like the smell of gas, like it's healed. The clothes are shredded, obviously, but the bullet wounds are gone. The claw, the gash in my chest is gone. I'm just watching this amused.
Like I pull you up to like get you off the floor.
Thank you, that was appreciated.
Okay. And with that, Tobias, sitting there next to you on a table is a copy of Curseborne.
Wow.
Dun dun dun.
A nice book for you to steal.
Except don't go to Drive-Thru RPG and get it that way.
Yeah, well, this is the Ashcan, so you can get the Ashcan in Drive-Thru RPG if it shows up on the screen properly. But you can get that at Drive-Thru RPG with the sorcerer rules now in it, and of course, Curseborne you can pre-order if you want through BackerKit right now. Anyway, to put the plug in, always be selling ABC. Anyway, it is the end of the night. You have successfully completed the mission of rescuing your 4 kidnapped companions. They were going to be sacrificed to summon an Archon, a powerful entity from the outside that rules various outside realms. So you did good in that. How do you celebrate?
Watering can made of wood, shit fueled fertilizer, and just a quiet night out under the stars. Shit talking that entire experience to their marigolds.
Awesome. Everyone else.
I mean, it sounded like Ash was going to go to the rave.
Everyone else going to the rave.
I'll go to the
I'm
rave.
just saying, if you just want to, Tobias is absolutely coming.
Okay.
And you rave the night away. It is the end of the session. let's go in reverse order for everyone. Put out your socials, whatever you want to plug. Minty, go right ahead.
Oh, that was an experience. Hi, everyone. I'm Minty Bo, and I have had the pleasure of playing Vayne. You could find me here on Twitch, either in other APs, or you can find me on Blue Sky through my name. Just a forewarning, anything I'm in, assume it's 18 plus, because I am a demented queer on the internet, and it's going to stay that way. I don't have anything that I've written or specific to plug at the moment, so I will pass it on down the line.
Okay, Bliss, you're up.
Hello, I'm Bliss Steel. If you are over 18, you can go to blisssteel.com and see all of my links and stuff. I do spicy video gaming streams on a spicy site. I've also written a couple of things for Odysseys and Overlords, and you can check that out on Drive Through RPG. And that I was playing Kala today. Kala Mizzou. She goes meow.
Meow.
I go
Awesome.
meow.
Ryan.
I'm Comrade Bubbles on Twitch, Blue Sky, Moonbeam, pretty much everywhere on the internet. The Moonlit Library.card, that's CARRD, .co is my kind of portfolio and de facto website for now, and it has almost everything that I've written on it, apart from the latest few releases that I need to update it for. And it was my pleasure to play Tobias for this Curseborne actual play.
And Josie.
Hi, my name is Josie. You can find me on Blue Sky at Josie, because if you have this kind of a weird name, you can just use your name as your username, which is just flex. I'm also on Start Playing specifically to run the Monty Python game, and I am also in an audio drama, which I will link below.
That'd be wonderful. I'm curious to see that one. And for me, I am the Awkward GM Corbin. You can find me on YouTube at the Awkward GM Corbin. And I sometimes do stuff here every Sunday, but not this Sunday. I do a Cursed in Boston, where we do a Curseborne game set in Boston like this one. Other things, that's about it. I sometimes put stuff on Storypath Ultra, Storypath Nexus, if you want to check out some of my writings. And I think that is everything. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll probably be swinging over to one of the panels, I think.
It's
Bye.
the Curseborne panel.
Curseborne panel, yeah.
Ooh.
Good timing.